Hello, this is David Kozik, Chief Spiritual Officer and Senior Pastor for the Lovemakersfoundation. Tonight, reporting here from our Lake Arrowhead International Spiritual Headquarters, is the seventh in the seven-part series of Lovemakersfoundation entitled Great Lovemakers in History. Tonight, I am going to talk about two women, two very special women. As you know, if you've been following this series, we've talked about Buddha, Jesus, we talked about various world leaders from Martin Luther King to Gandhi, and it's been a tremendous series to focus on people who give love. And this Friday, next Friday coming up, I'll be talking about comparing the similarities and what makes a great love maker. But tonight I want to focus on two remarkable women, Malala and Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt was, of course, the niece of President Theodore Roosevelt and the wife of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and therefore First Lady, the longest term of any First Lady. But she was a lot more than that. She was a woman who gave of herself to the public. Despite personal sorrow in her relationship with President Franklin Roosevelt, she was able to lift herself to a higher level of love. She was a woman of passion, a woman with a lot of love to give, and she focused on public service. She was one of the founding members of the Human Rights Commission through the United Nations, and a cornerstone to help fashion human rights in the world. But basically, her motivation was love. She said, the giving of love is an education in itself. She said that because when you're giving love, you have a different perspective. You're getting rid of your ego. You're going through life, whether it be sorrowful, whether it be happy. You're going through it, but you're going through it with a broader perspective. And she also said, when you handle others, do it with love. Because she realized in the end, love is the way. All the way through her career, speaking and caring about everybody, the passion she had for helping others, Eleanor Roosevelt was truly a giant love maker here in the world. Now I want to turn to Malala. She's 23. She was born in 1997. She is an educational activist. She was a Pakistani activist for women's education. The powers that be didn't want women to be educated in Pakistan or in that Middle Eastern world. But Malala was different. Her parents, one of her parents was an educational activist. And as a young girl, 9, 10, 11, 12, she wrote a blog and pressed forward to get her message out to the world that women should have the right to education and that education is valuable. Well, Malala, after taking an exam and riding home on a bus, was assassinated. There was an attempt to assassinate her by Pakistani Taliban gunmen. She was shot in the head. After being unconscious in the hospital, somehow she recovered. But despite that, she went on to greater heights to bring love to the world, to bring her message of education to the world and justice to the world. Malala is a symbol of youth, a symbol of where we can go, a symbol of somebody who knows that love is the way. She said, "This is what my soul is telling me. Be peaceful and love everyone." That's a very common message, isn't it? It's the message of Jesus, love your neighbor, love God. It's the message of Gandhi. It's the message of Buddha. It's a universal message, and that's what Lovemakersfoundation is all about, giving love. Because Malala had the courage, and still has the courage, to further education in the world because she knows the value of education, But as she says, don't just educate your mind, educate your heart. And that's what I'm telling you to do. Follow the example of these love makers. Follow Malala's example. Give love to everyone. Follow your heart. Educate your heart to love. Become aware of the power of love. And like Eleanor Roosevelt, help the world. Be there to help every human being get what they deserve in this life. A life that is whole, a life that is full of happiness and joy. And that all the basic needs, food, shelter, water, they're all taken care of. Basic human rights. But we have to do more than that. We not only have to bring basic human rights, we must bring love to the world. As the Lovemakersfoundation, we intend to do that and move the paradigm from where it is now to love. Well, that is the 7-part series. We're going to do our sermon in our very wonderful Lovemakers church service on Friday. It's going to be under 15 minutes total, but it's going to get you through a church service. I'm going to deliver a message comparing all the Lovemakers and what their commonalities are, and you're going to love it because we have all these great people through history who have made love the way. Thank you very much for enjoying the 7-part series, and know that I love you and love is the way. Thank you.